Hello guys, my name is Petkov. Today I'm going to do a brief experience story about what happened in Snowdon, how the experience was, and what really happened. So Snowdon is a very high mountain. It is about 1,000 and 1,085 meters, about 3,560 feet. So I had to wake up early in the morning. I had to wake up really early in the morning, about 5, I believe. I believe about 5. I don't remember, but around that time, because I had to reach Snowdonia, or how another name pronounced Snowdon, as well. And I had to wake up at 5 in the morning. The journey took about 4 hours and 45 minutes. It was a 4-hour 45-minute drive from here, and the distance that I am from here, from Haverhill, this is Haverhill, and the distance from where I am now and Snowdon, which is in Wales, is about 238 miles. So it did take some time, 5 and 45 minutes, just to get from here to there. It takes about some time at that time, and it was very, it was cold. The weather, it was still cold, but we finally managed to reach Snowdon. It was really high, and there's types of trails in Snowdon, about 6 of them. One of them, I don't remember much of them, but I know the Miners Trail, Miners Trail, and one of them was the Peak Trail, PYG Trail, PYG. And that was the trail that we went on to reach the top of Snowdonia. Snowdon. The trail is flat land made of stone, and you'll see some wild animals, basically like sheep. You'll see some sheep on the outside too, just really, even can cross your path as well if you want some. We managed to. It's made of stone basically. It starts off low, gets higher, but then it gets more lower. As it doesn't really continue going up, but it gets more lower, then it gets back up to again. And there's some point in the mountain where you'd actually have to sort of climb it, but we did do that. We reached the point where we had to climb it, and the journey took about 3 hours to reach the top of the journey. It took about 3 hours, and it was cold. It was getting colder the higher we went up. It was getting colder, and the temperature was dropping slowly down. The temperature was dropping. And even clouds, even sky clouds, basically clouds were still on our level, which meant it was starting to get even more foggy the higher time we went up. It went higher up to get more foggier, and basically the higher we went up, the foggier we got. So basically all you see is basically just white. We were in this white, the sky was white basically, or just fog basically from down. But as you get even higher above the clouds, then it starts to clear up again. As you reach higher above the fog clouds that are in that level of Snowdonia. Now, it was about 3,560 feet, and we reached the top. It was a very high, 1,058 meters, it was very high. And on the top there was this, sort of disc. It was this board, and then this something to read. It was like this something, a stander. It was technically a stander with something to read on top of it, and it was an amazing view. It was such a good view because we just reached higher up. It's the higher atmospheres. We reached the higher atmospheres of Snowdon, so it was really high. It was an amazing view. It felt like we were actually in the sky. And to give you a brief, I do have another video uploaded on Snowdon and petkov here today, just titled Snowdon. It's just titled Snowdon, me doing a computer review of how I describe your Snowdon, and I'm even showing you videos of that. But this video is just an aftermath video, basically describing you to what really happened, how the experience was. And it was very good actually. Then it was that high up to get to the top, and then we had to get back down basically. Had to get back down. Getting up was pretty tiring. I even had energy bars with me, like these energy bars, and just had to grab a lot of them. That paused the video. Just pause it. So I had to take the energy bars. I was really tired, and I know, but I was like really tired. Like basically every 15 or 20 minutes, I just used to stand for a long time. And I can't because I had to keep on walking and got up. It was like very tiring. But I'm just glad that I'm glad I managed to finally make it stop, and glad I finally managed to make it on the way down, which was a lot more easier. Okay, I managed to make it to the top, which was a lot more easier down to the bottom. And it didn't take that much time, took less time, but I still got I even took a picture climbing this one rock. Then we went back, basically then we explored a bit, basically drove around Wales, had something to eat or drink, I believe, and before actually going back home. And the journey back home here, because we went early, and we managed to reach the top. We actually came back at over 12. It was actually 12 midnight, so it was really late. Really late. It was actually 12 midnight. It was actually midnight actually, because of during the March time and pandemic. It was during the time, and we had to use to get to the top of Snowdon. Now I did go before, but the reason why we were and we didn't reach the top, and we still arrived at 12 because we basically left later, and we left earlier, but we had to reach the top. So it's basically we donated, basically saved time, extra time just to do for the top, and that was the whole goal. And still got late basically. So that was my experience in Snowdon. That was my experience in Snowdon. I do advise you guys to please check this out. If you have a free time, just please go to Snowdon because it's very amazing actually. It's got some amazing views, and there's other mountains in Snowdon too. And I've been there. That was the highest mountain in Wales actually. So that was a fact. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you for another one.